He has done his post-graduation and MPhil from Osmania University, Hyderabad. He has done his PhD from Kakatiya University, Telangana State. His 20 papers have been published in reputed journals both at national and at international level. He has attended more than 20 national conferences, and he has also attended International Education Conference in Singapore in 2014. He holds expertise in gender studies, African literature, and subaltern studies. His hobby includes reading, passion for literature, and of course, he is a rational thinker. Presently, he is working as an assistant professor of English, UPGC, Kakatiya University, Telangana State. So I welcome you, sir. It's over to you. Thank you for being here with us. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Rakhi,
Yes,
you are
yes,
audible.
yes, pleasant time. Am I audible to you, madam, and all?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yes, thank you. Nice of you. Let me begin thanking Bishop Caldwell College. And I express my thanks, Dr. Christy, madam, and the principal of the college. And I thank management. And I also am thankful to coordinator who introduced me and the participants who are attending this program. This is the platform. Actually, we never expected our time there should be the pandemic is going to come. When people started telling about the pandemic and the plague, we don't know that we read in literature and suddenly we are experiencing it. It is not over time the problem we are facing. The problem is it was already there in the history and it had been, and now we are in the time of fearful times and frustrated situations. Pandemic, when we talk, the most relevant thing I should mention that in the Bible, Exodus chapter, the conversation between Pharaoh and God. And when Pharaoh disobedience towards God, and there were many plagues sent. That was one of the situation people read, and it was in the history. But as far as my topic is concerned, I'm going to share. Let me take 1 minute time. I want to share my screen. Madam, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Madam, I don't know how to share a screen. Could you help me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So see on your screen at the top, at the bottom, there are few options.
Share whiteboard.
No, 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 no.
No, you have
Don't
to,
say whiteboard, sir. It is share.
Screen.
You have to talk about share screen.
screen, yes.
Yeah, screen. Dr. Christy madam, after going through the screen, what should I do?
Sir, you pick your screen. There will be multiple screens on the thing, on your
Google
thing,
Drive.
you know.
Google Drive is there. Shall I go into Google Drive?
No, where you have
Because
saved your
it
sir?
is in Google Drive, madam.
Then you go to Google Drive.
Christy madam.
Yes, sir.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
Madam Fatima, madam, could you help me? I sent through WhatsApp. Could you do it? Because
Okay, I will. Yeah, I will do it. I will do it.
it is not possible for me.
Christy ma'am, I'm sending it to you. Okay, is that fine? Or um,
Fatima, are you sending me?
yes, ma'am, I'm sending you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Thank you, Christy madam. Thank you all. Yeah, let me begin. Thank you all. And apology be expressed to all participants for little bit of time taking, sharing the screen. And this is exactly the topic, my topic, pandemic, survival and literature. To describe pandemic, you know that it comes under, there are many plagues or whatever the that virus and disease and all the things come. And survival is the one that after the situation, people, the groups of the people, they are going to survive and who escape from the death. And the literature, how it is related to our literature time, what solutions we are going to take and what to read and how to be courageous and our internal way and external care and what should be taken. These things I am going to discuss. And let me begin. For this, I have selected structure of my talk is three works, first two novels and another is one of the book. The first novel is a journal of the plague year by Daniel Defoe. And once again, I am here to announce the first one, a journal of the plague year by Daniel Defoe. And the second, I am here announcing the Scarlet Plague, written by Jack London, 1912. This is the second one I am going to discuss. And the third one is Pandemic COVID-19 Shakes the World. This is published by Savage Zizek, one of the popular philosopher, and he has got some of the perspectives, remarkable key points which I'll be doing here. The first one, coming back to this is the structure of my talk. And the first one, I'm coming to the first one, that is a journal of the plague year 1772 published. But actually the plague was happened 1665. Here to Daniel Defoe, during the time of plague, he was 4 years old. And the narrator name is HF. It was given exactly what is what is the name of the HF, which is not given in the novel. And Daniel Defoe, we all know well, Robinson Crusoe, which is a famous work which is published in 1719, Robinson Crusoe. Daniel Defoe, here in this novel, a journal of the plague year, he gave us three perspectives. The first one is narrator's view. The second one is what is the plague and what is the year of the plague. And the third one is lamentation of the people. The first perspective of the journal of the plague I am about to discuss here. Narrator's view. Many of the wealthy people during the time, they were dead and they were communicating, they were in fears. They were talking where to go and how is our wealth and what is going to happen and we are going to die and how to escape this death. People were communicating and people were discussing each other where to escape, how to move from this place to another place. And we all had properties here. We all had everything here. And some people are telling, fleeing is nothing but you flee from God. And escaping is nothing but you escape from God. And the religious people, they were making their advice. Do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. You just stay here and be courageous to face whatever the plague, whatever the disease that is going to attack you. You should have the guts to face, and you should follow the precautions how to face this plague. This is the narrator's view, first view, that is. And generally we know now people like most richest people in the world, even the poor people, commonly we have only our major problem right now, that is how to survive. Survive can be the question mark right now. And religious people, they give their perspective. You should believe in God. You should fear to God. Otherwise, you should repent. You should repent. Otherwise, you can't live. And look at your life, previous life, and what sins you committed, what life you went through in your previous life, what mistakes you committed. So this is a beautiful time right now. You repent before God, and then God is going to forgive. This is the perspective of religious people. And doctors and hospitals. And the doctors and hospitals, also some of the things mentioned in the novel, that this is very good time, opportunity for doctors and fake doctors I am talking here. They amass money, they bluff people, they go for wrong treatment. They make people, they are going to settle the issue, they are going to give all the precautions not to, and they are going to, even they say that they claim they can cure, they can do that. This kind of bluff, this kind of cheating, doctors will do. And the hospitals, they commit crimes, and they go commercial, they do business. So some of the similar things mentioned in the Journal of the Plague year, this published by Daniel Defoe. And the second view, which is very interesting, that encounters during the year of the plague, uh, we can see professed witches. They claim that they have power to cure the plague. And just like abracadabra, we all know that using the phrase, the word abracadabra, you get people, you make people to think, to give positive mind, your disease will be um, cured by me, and I am here to help you, I am here to do. And these are all things for making corruption, for making money. These things discussed in the novel. The third perspective is disease enters the houses. How this disease enters the houses? Generally, now we are bold. We can tell Corona, COVID-19 will not attack me because I stay in home. But we have servants. We will send our servants to marketplaces, crowd areas. They will carry. Through them, there are many possibilities. We are going to be attacked. We get attacked. So this is the third perspective which is given, which is described by Daniel Defoe very cleverly and brilliantly during the time of plague, how people got fearful times, fearful situations, and the dead bodies when they watch. Uh, they got a lot of fear, and they started thinking how to escape. Supposes that the disease entered the houses by means of the servants who were regularly sent among the crowded streets. That is the first novel. These are all the things discussed in the novel. The second one is the Scarlet Plague by 1912, Jack London. Jack London, also famous writer, and this plague is a different one, and even you have rashes on your body, rashes on the skin. If one rash comes, I think there are many rashes. They will come within 24 hours and taking the time, and you have fear, and you don't know what to do, and you start feeling giddiness, and you start feeling I'm going to die, what to do and how to escape. This novel is a post-apocalyptic fiction. After 70 years and 60 years, what things are going to happen, or what will be the life on this planet, and how to have the survival. These things discussed in the novel. Faces the bodies of human turn scarlet and die quickly, which is otherwise, which means scarlet plague is nothing but the reddish color. comes on the skin, comes, it will be on the body, and you will be attacked. And one of the protagonists of this story in this novel is James Smith. James Smith faced, there are many problems. After all people death, his in his house, his parents died, and his relatives died, and his well-wishers died, and James Smith was only the one he got survived. And now he got survived, and after all people death, he was seen with two dogs, and James Smith. Now, ridiculously, James Smith started remembering, where is my car, where is my quality food, where is my job, where is my cell phone, where is my technology. See, we all know that we want to have quality life, and we want to have quality food. So after a plague, after a particular disease, when it has taken lakhs of people died, all the people dead, and then you are only the one that you become survive, you start surviving, and you are the one survivor. So now you start thinking about, where is my quality food, where is my bike, where is my costly car, where is my job, and how these things, it is this novel, a portrayal of the novel is, and a writer portrayed it very clearly, the philosophical touch, who we are, what we are, what is our strength, our capacity. Our life is a fragile, which is easily broken. We will die. Anything, as Arundhati Roy says, anything can happen anytime. She mentioned this statement in God of Small Things, one of the outstanding book which got a Booker Prize. So coming to the Scarlet Plague, the ideas, and James Smith reminiscences about the quality of food, social classes. Oh, what is, some people are addicted for class. My class is different. My caste is different. I'm born in higher caste. This is one kind of addiction. And I belong to social class. My area, even people say that, do you know where I am living? My area is very class area. Now, COVID-19 doesn't get the sense of class area or untouchable area or touchable area, whatever it is, very funny things to discuss, to have the notion of your high caste people and low caste one, high class, low class, creed, race. I call it bullshit. Am I right? So, job, in terms of the job, do you know, you are a fourth class one, but you don't know that I am group one job I am having. And my position is, you can't come to my position. Now, disease does not know your position, your salary. You may draw 1 crore salary every month, but you have great technology. And James Smith, the protagonist of this story, Scarlet, in the novel Scarlet Plague, and he started, he got reminiscences of technology. And where is my technology? And all people were dead. And science became a great failure in the world. And what answer science is going to give? What to do? See, for years, for decades, for centuries, this technology, this medicine, and the development of human beings, and aeroplanes, aircrafts, and what is the strength, capabilities, capacities, everything gone away, and they are put into ashes. What power, what supernatural power it is, Where gone wrong? Our studies, our education. A small virus which is killing lakhs of the people, crores of the people. So what kind of education we have? We are educated into imbecility, foolishness. So there are many remarkable ideas discussed. I advise you people, participants, and if you read, I'll be more happy. You have different themes, uh, many themes you can draw from the book, The Scarlet Plague. And the disease is that already I told you, you can have rashes on the skin. And it is, I think, it is more powerful than COVID-19. If one rash begins on our skin, and within hours, you can't even COVID-19 people, for 14 days, they don't know that they have COVID-19 infection. They are positive. After 14 days or 20, now the 20 days or even 1 month, it is not identified. But 1912, the plague, Scarlet Plague, which Jake London was talking about, the plague was, you can't imagine, you can't imagine. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, which is you can't imagine, within hours, within the days, you are going to die. So amazing, amazing theme. Victims died within hours, conscious the entire time. And when they died, their dead bodies decomposed rapidly. Pay attention. Their dead bodies decomposed rapidly, spreading disease with the dust. Spreading disease with the dust. It is one of the fearful thing we should notice. Dystopian future, which is the theme in the novel, dystopian future, which is the theme in the novel discussed. Dystopian, you know, Margaret Atwood, most famous writer, Canadian writer. She has authored one book, one fiction book, that is Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale, where you can't imagine how these women are given the colorful dresses, the color of the dresses. I should discuss, I'm sorry. A particular color, red color dress, blue color, and these color dresses, women, they are allotted particular work. Suppose, let's take example, red color dress, women, they participate, intercourse with different people. See, this dystopian theme, which is which is discussed in this Scarlet Plague. Jake London talking about the dystopian future. Dystopian future is the future horrible tyranny among the people. You can't believe the governments. Governments, what they are doing, you don't know that. Misuse of the power. Helter-skelter situations. More chaos situations you're going to have. So, you don't know, blind man searching for a black cat into dark room. One of the proverbial statement I want to present before you. Our situation is like this. Addiction of the money, addiction of the three kinds of power mongers. One of the author mentioned, power monger, women monger, and money mongers. Money monger, do you know? Their target is to make money. They don't think that they want to see you killed. They want to see you down. They want to do anything. Even in a village, one enemy is there for them. Suppose they have one enemy in a particular village. They don't kill that enemy. They smash all the village. horrible mindset of the power mongers. Power monger, money mongers, and woman monger. So I advise you, participants, the Scarlet Plague, one of the remarkable novel, different ideas, different themes that are similar to present society and the problems we are facing. You can purchase this book and you can read. Dystopian society, already I told you that Margaret Atwood, she discussed feminism dystopian, that is feminism perspective. But here dystopian future is disease dystopian. What is the disease and what is the dystopian? And the third one I want to mention, third one is pandemic COVID-19 shakes the world. This is the third one. And this third one, the book written by Savage Zizek, one of the famous philosopher, he was talking about the seriousness of the situation. And he talks about COVID-19 and who created it and who sent this and who some there should be the country, some country is going to attack all countries. They lack unity and they lack understanding. They lack dialogues between the countries. This is only the situation. So creating the disease and spreading on the people. Even crores of the people, daily thousands of the people, they are infected and they are dead. See, most fearful times we are. This is the time cheating will be taken place. This is the time witches, professed witches, and magic people, they bluff, they tell something and they bluff. This is the time for some of the people telling that if you take wine, your infection, your positive will be turned as a negative and you don't get any kind of diseases. See, and the news, one of the horrible news, I felt tears, whose mother was dead in hospital and he was not having money to bring his mother to house, and he broke the legs of the mother and he broke the hands of the mother, and he kept in one of the bag and he shoulder, he carried it and he took the dead body to. This thing was happened just 1 week back, which was in Orissa, one of the state in India. See, we're gone wrong. Our political system, our democratic nation, the nation like India, to face these kind of problems. COVID-19, we have no remedy, we have no tablets, we have no invention. So it is one of the problems. That is okay. But what about the poorest of the poor people who do not have money even for this kind of horrible situations when we meet? I got remembered one of the remarkable story. Who we are to answer this question? The story is funny. It goes to, but there is a message hidden. Two Australian guys went to local pub. They took a lot of alcohol. It was 11 o'clock time. Shop owner came to them and said, "You people sitting here for hours, it was time to close the shop. Please get out." Under the intoxication of the alcohol, these two guys came out and waiting for somebody to help them where they were and where to go. This was the situation of the two young guys. So luckily, one of the old man was coming towards these two young guys. These two young guys looking at old man, they got some happiness. This old man is going to tell our address, where to go and where we were exactly standing, the point, and how to reach our house. This man is going to help. So these two guys went close to him and asked, "Sir, could you help where we were? And we got a lot of alcohol. We got intoxicated. Kindly help us." Excuse me. So the old man said, "Do you know, I took a lot of alcohol since morning. Even I forgot my name, who I am. First tell me who I am. Then I guide you who you are and where to go." So this is not the funny story. This story representing, it was a real story. It was true story. It was happened in Australia. This story is the addiction of the alcohol. Maybe in place of alcohol, you can keep the name prostitution. Maybe in place of prostitution, you can keep money, lovers of money. And these things, when we understand, we often have many questions, difficult questions to be answered. I started thinking how this kind of things will happen into our lives. People don't care. Even now, the situation in India is panic. Daily, thousands of people are getting dead, even though there are many people outside. Crowds are there. You can see the crowds. How to educate people to come out of this? Actually, we should follow some of the precautions. The final thing is in the hands of God. We don't know when to die and how death is going to attack us. But even we should be very careful. We should not fear. We don't get any kind of fear. Fear is not important, but the understanding is important. The seriousness of the situation, which is discussed in the book, that is COVID-19 shakes the world. And the second view is that misuse of power and corruption. It is true. It is true. I can't say, but I should tell you. I'm bold to tell that even governments, in the name of Corona, they start doing the money. They start corrupting the money. They want to increase their wealth. They want to increase their properties. What a criminal political system, not only in India, across the world. People are facing problem. People are dying in governments. Intentionally, they are not taking any care. Even the state of Telangana and some of the states, I know, we read newspaper, horrible situations. Unless and until you have good knowledge, what is disease, how to escape, what is social distance, what is mask, how to wash the hands, when to wash, what to touch, what not to touch, how we should be, these things, if you do not follow, if you do not have the knowledge for self-care, if you do not go self-care, I am sure you will be under threat. Death will come. We don't have any fear for the death. But what about your education? You are educated and you should educate your neighbors. What is this COVID-19? How to escape? What measures we should take? What precautions we go through? These things must be discussed. This is the literature. Literature If you take literature in a wrong way, it will disturb you. It will damage your life. If you read literature proper manner, and also selection of the literature also most important. Some of the conspiracy literature there, don't read it. You read the literature which is written and which is useful for the sake of the society and for your benefit and for your neighbors' benefit, for the sake of the society. You read these things, these three perspectives, different perspectives in the books, which are brilliantly discussed in the novel. Helter-skelter situations, I already mentioned that. When death is going to come, you don't know that, you forget everything and your ideas and your decision. Maybe you are a great decision maker. You don't know that. The next minute when you are known you are COVID-19 positive, what to do? You should be very courageous. Face it. Maybe COVID-19 positive, no problem, no fear, nothing. What to take? You take which is available, the medicine, that's all. And depend on God. If you believe God, 50% fear gone. And then 50%, you may ask, sir, you are generating the fear of God and godly ideas here. Yes, I say that. I'm a spiritual man. I reserve my rights to be in spirituality, to believe in God. That what is there. Now looking at God is 50% fear gone away. And then 50% your self-care, that's all. Not to cheat anybody, not to disturb anybody, not to trouble, never trouble anybody. Any kinds of things. See here in this work, the first one, a journal of the plague year, there the idea was discussed. When you cheated people, the same is going to come to you. When you abused people, the same will come to your door. When you mocked people, when you insulted somebody, don't think that you escaped, but there will be a day, maybe years will happen, but you don't know that there will be a day, it will come to you, it will come back. If you insult, you'll be insulted. If you love, you'll be loved. So these things which are discussed very openly in the book, A Journal of the Plague Year, I advise you, please read these three, very useful for your personal life, and also you educate your neighbors and your students, some of the faculty members also there in the platform. By and large, I want to conclude. Finally, I want to conclude that God and religion, superstition and imagination, disease, these things most important. What is God? What is religion? What is superstition? Don't believe. During the time, even Scarlet Plague time, professed witches, they come and they tell at doors, we are going to give you remedies, we are going to cure, we heal, we can heal your diseases, come out, we will do that, bring money. These things that were happened in the novel, they were discussed. Superstitions. And religion is nothing but one of the crazy thing, this is also one of the platform where they forget God. They don't know God. Religious people, religious bent, religious pious people, they don't know God. They know only religion, orthodox ideas, and they don't love people. They don't know. So who is God to know? That is important. That I already shared one of the story, addiction of the alcohol, addiction of the, not only that, maybe prostitution and the things. When one of the best example I want to put before you, just 3 days back, one man, one of the COVID-19 positive man who was in hospital, who escaped by midnight, 12 o'clock. And police, doctors, these people all started searching where he was. He was at the railway station, the dead body was seen after 3 days. What to understand? How do you understand this thing? See, when you are known COVID-19 positive, you better take treatment in the hospital. Otherwise, isolate yourself. Stay in your home and don't touch anything. Follow all the things. There are many advantages available, tablets and these things. You can do that. Remedies. So fear increased and you feel, and this fear only is going to kill you. The same thing happened 3 days back. There are many incidences, situations happen in India. So I want to conclude here, finally giving beautiful advice. Do not have any kind of fear. Don't fear COVID-19. Don't fear any kind of diseases. But only the thing is that have the education, whatever the knowledge. Suppose COVID-19, should have the knowledge. What is COVID-19? How it is going to attack you? And what problems, what precautions you should go through. Then you will be all right. That's all. And final thing is that it is in the hands of the God. Leave it. But first things you do that. I thank all. Once again, I thank all participants. And I thank organizing committee, Dr. Christy Madam, principal of the college, and Fatima Madam, and all erudites who are the participants who are listening to me. And I thank one and all, and I conclude. Thank you.
So there is a question.
Yes.
It's from Dr. Subramanian. So he's asking, could you explain the class struggle prevailed during the plague? So could you throw some light on science and technology, especially why it was failed so?
Madam, come again the question with more clear.
Sir, could you explain the class struggle prevailed during the plague?
Yes, class struggle. Thank you. And in this novel, Scarlet Plague, which was discussed, the class struggle. Before the attack of the plague, people thought that my class, a little bit disturbance is coming out. Can you mute your audio? Some of the okay. Now it is okay. Class struggle. Before the attack of the plague, before the attack of any kind of disease, you look at your class and you feel I belong to high class, and you feel I belong to low class. Where is your class right now? You are under the frustration of the COVID-19. What is your caste right now? What is your class? Caste, class, creed, race. These are all bullshit before COVID-19 or any kind of disease that will attack you, that will take your life, your property, your position, your cadre, everything will get gone away, will be gone away. So writer here discussed about social class. Social class people, they were arrogant people. They feel that they are great in the society. They feel they run the society. And they make servants slavery. They beat servants. These things are also discussed in the novel. They beat servants. The same servants who are sent to outside for vegetables and for groceries, these things, they carry the disease into the house. Then owners will be infected. So owners are a particular class, high class people. Servants are low class. From low class people, high class people, there is a transmission of the disease. Now, the life is the same, whether poor life or rich life. But death is same, no similar. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Sir,
Any
there are
questions?
yes, sir.
Sir, there's a question. So could you throw some light on science and technology, especially why it was failed so?
Science and technology, Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe, in the novel A Journal of the Plague Year, he was talking about the failure of the science, the failure of technology. Though you have bundle of technology, your technology is not useful to you right now, and your science is not useful to you. These are all not primary, secondary. The primary one is searching for the survival, how to survive, how to escape from death. This is. I don't tell that science and technology waste. They are great. They are great, no doubt at all. We have outstanding technology. We have a great science. But when it comes to death, your science, your technology also will be the failure one to some extent. This is the view of the writer.
Another question, sir, from Shiv Subramanian, sir. So fear is a common phenomenon. How do our literature instill hope on us? Can you cite any examples from literature?
This is only that Zizek, COVID-19 shakes the world, in which in the work he discussed fear, how to avoid. Generally, we are common phenomenon. We are all human beings. We are fearful and we have fear. That we, for instance, we got COVID-19 immediately. We start thinking some anxiety. We become anxiety, and we can't tolerate the news. So very clever. We should maintain the balance to avoid the fear. Common is the one that fear, but Zizek here, one of the remarkable advice he is giving, the seriousness of the situation. When you understand, you won't be attacked any kind of disease. Suppose when you have no servants, disease will not come through servants. COVID-19 is one of the better virus, do you know, comparatively Ebola and some of the plagues which were happened centuries back. Suppose Scarlet Plague, if you have rashes on your skin, you die immediately within hours. But COVID-19 is not like that. You have life, you have treatment, and you take medicine. So that's why don't we why should we have fear? We don't have any kind of fear. Face it very balanced manner. I am COVID positive 19. I should be isolated. I should take medicine. And if I am survive, that is only the grace of God. Otherwise, I will die. That's all. If you increase your fear, if you increase your anxiety, you die. You die immediately. So fear should not be. This is the Zizek making a suggestion here. The seriousness of the situation, when you understand, you don't get any fear. See, take example, what to tell you. There is crowd at mutton shops and chicken shops and vegetable market. People, they don't know how to maintain social distance. They go and they carry disease and they transmit in the house all the people. And see, you yourself doing all these things when you do not know what is what. So first study about virus, what is what. Then you don't get any kind of fear.
Another question from Nargis ma'am. So speaking of Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, I feel it as a dystopia of disease, as you said in this case, infertility of women. My question is, how would you describe the tendency of reading The Handmaid's Tale as a tale of religious propaganda as a weapon of autocracy?
It is absolutely religious propaganda. Margaret Atwood, as of my knowledge is concerned, which is not in the society she creates, she started stitching, and she would like to generate that kind of ideas into the mindset of the people. I went through, there are many books of Margaret Atwood. I feel it dystopian. Some little bit disturbance coming again. Voice is coming, madam. Madam, are you okay?
No, sir. No. That's a YouTube. YouTube was on.
Okay, madam. Shall I continue, madam? So Margaret Atwood is talking about feminism and feminist ideas. Girls and women are being cheated, and there are many women in the work Handmaid's Tales. Colors are given, and they must do their profession. Some women are chosen for sex. Some women are selected for sweeping and servant of the houses. Some women are selected acting as wives. So acting as wives, some women. For sex, some of the women. So this is the society she predicted. This kind of society is going to come. This is called dystopian. Dystopian, utopian. Both are opposite words. So here in this novel, dystopian future is nothing but it is related to disease. Number of deaths you are going to see. When you see the death, you can't tolerate what you are. You can't tolerate the thing that. So daily we see thousands of the deaths. I shared one of the story. It broke my heart, really. I felt tears. Who do not have money to bring his mother from the hospital. He broke the legs of the mother and hands of the mother. It was given in news channel, and I read in newspaper. When you read that kind of stories, how to understand these governments and society? Please.
Sir, thank you, sir. Actually, we would be winding up the session now as we have a paper presentation session. So thank you, Guru Prasad, sir. There are more questions, but, we don't have enough time. We have to start our paper presentation session by 3:45, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. It was an informative session.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
we would be having a lot of discussion, but unfortunately, we couldn't continue now. Thank you, sir. So, hope we would be having another collaboration. Thank you so much, Guru Prasad, sir. So you've been a spiritual guide for me whenever I was down. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so supportive, and thank you so much for encouraging me. Giving positive in lighting. I would say that positive, being very much giving positive rays to me when I'm down and when I was not well. You've been very, very concerned, and you've been through my hard times. Thank you so much, sir. And
Thank
I would, I'm happy to, conclude by saying thank you. So, participants of group 1, please, you can leave. Am I correct, Fatima?
No, ma'am.
Or you can.
Participants of group 1 are supposed to stay in this meeting, and participants of group 2 are supposed to leave this meeting and join the another meeting at 4:45. And I have shared the ID and password of that meeting on WhatsApp. All right.
Shall I leave, madam?
So you can come back by 4:45, sir. We have to share a meeting.
Yeah, I am back. I am going to be back. Right.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.